Hey guys, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I'm doing a cell phone video and I'm showing my face because it gets better views than comics. I guess it's a face, so I'll go with that. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is portrayal in comic books. Specifically, I got to tell you some backup story here. So I have a friend who is a police officer, and we were talking a little bit tonight, and he was telling me some extremely stressful stuff that he has to deal with on a regular basis. And it really got me thinking about how, you know, my regular day job plus making comics on the side is nothing. Like, I think that's stressful sometimes, but I am at never at no point am I afraid for my life. Knock on wood. But it got me thinking. He actually said that for him, one of something that was very stressful is when there were riots happening. I got it, notifications. When there were riots happening and everybody was so upset about the police, he stresses out about that because he thinks, someone could just drive by my house because they see, the police car in my driveway, and that, they could shoot the house. They could, who knows what's going to happen in any interaction because people are so upset with the police. And it kind of got me thinking, and how, man, you cannot separate yourself from that. That would be pretty stressful. Then I got to thinking as to are people is perception like that. And I think that the SJWs really understand the power of story and the power of controlling story. Now, I think that they do it in evil ways, but what they understand is that you can control how the population thinks and feels about police officers, about whoever else, um, just based off of how you portray them in story format. Now I realize that news and recent, current events, things like that, that's not all, surrounding comics, but I think it's a good thing in comic books to see police officers being the good guy. You know, I think it's a good thing in comic books to see police officers being the bad guys, or being, somewhere in the middle, being human, I should say. But I think making police officers just evil straight up, always, which tends to be the case in comic books, at some point it gets to become malicious, and that's not what I like about comics. I like when you have comic book characters working with the police, so forth and so forth. Obviously, story comes first. You want to make interesting stories, but what I think is silly is if you understand how important stories are and that you can vilify a race, a gender, so on. Why on earth, if you believe that people have been victims of portrayal in media, why on earth would you wield that weapon against somebody else? And police officers are just one example. But yeah, I mean, the fact that Marvel wants to separate the Punisher from law enforcement is kind of silly. Like, let them have that one thing. Just let them have the one thing. Why can't they? Why can't the Punisher just be, just embrace it? Embrace the fact that military guys and police officers like him, that they like that he's no nonsense and he's, you know, gets justice done. Even if it's violent, it's a story. Why not? Anyway, those are my thoughts on that. A few things update wise. Dracula is in the works. I've got Downcast 4 in the works. I've got another project I can't tell you. I don't think I can tell you about. I'm working with a few other writers. And obviously, Fatal is in the works too. So I have a lot going on, but where I'm at is that Dracula is nearing the end of its lifeline. I still have several things to do, but the reality is that the printer wants to get the cover printed, because it's going to be hardcover and it's going to take some time to print the hardcover, the printer wants to know in advance how many I'm ordering. They want to get the cover going so that way I don't have delays when it's time to ship it out. Problem is, I haven't launched a campaign. I've never had a book this far along that'll potentially be printed before I ever launch the campaign. So I don't know how many books to print. I think underprinting would be bad, but overprinting could be awful as well. So I think I'm going to make an educated guess and just go with it, because getting through the printing process could take a little bit of time just based off of the supply chain problems currently. But I'm not sure. This is why I want to have all my books done ahead of time from here on out. It's a good problem to have, but yeah, at the same time, I don't feel good about launching another campaign until Fatal is fulfilled, and I don't think that it will get as many backers and be as successful as it should be or it could be, um, unless I get Fatal shipped out first. So that is the plan. But yeah, a lot of stuff has been going on. I've been very, very busy. Wanted to stop and make a video, but let me know what you think about police portrayals, uh, soldier portrayals, any number of things in comic books. And again, I'm not saying that police only have to be shown in a positive light, but I think when they're always the villain, or it becomes, uh, you know, evil to make them good, when you have to only show them as being evil and you have to vilify them, that becomes a problem, and it actually does shape society in the way that they will treat police officers. I don't know. It bothers me. It really does. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.